You're watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us this Friday night. I'm Macy Eglund. A surgeon from Long Island killed in a road rage incident in Brooklyn. The NYPD says Dr. Jamie Yun had a confrontation with another driver in Brooklyn on June 8th. Investigators say Dexter Alexander punched the 56-year-old in the face and he fell to the ground. The Manhasset man died just over a week later from a traumatic brain injury. Alexander is now charged with assault and menacing. We are learning some more details about the bond agreement that led to Congressman George Santos's release. A 15-page transcript released today shows Santos's father and aunt were not required to post collateral to satisfy the $500,000 bond. Instead, his relatives are bearing personal financial liability. That means if the embattled lawmaker violates the terms of the bond, he could be jailed and his co-signers would be responsible for repaying that $500,000. Well, a newborn who was very eager to come into this world is heading home from the hospital tonight. This is McKaylee Murphy with her parents, Gina and Sean, and the EMT who helped deliver her. She was born Wednesday night, just 10 minutes after her family called 911.
We do what we got to do. You know, our job is to try to get to the hospital right away. But under this situation, she was supposed to go to a Manhasset hospital. But that's too far of a distance from here with what was going on. But since we delivered the baby right in front of our house in the ambulance, we brought them to a Good Samaritan hospital.
Some tense moments. The umbilical cord was wrapped around the baby's neck, but thankfully that was quickly resolved. Gina Murphy says first responders did a, quote, fantastic job. Congrats to those new parents. Only in Newsday, a record number of students named valedictorian at a local high school. 15 graduating seniors are sharing the top academic spot at Jericho High School. The valedictorians all share the same unweighted GPA of 4. Jericho has no salutatorian. The Massapequa School District planning to challenge the state ban on Native American team names, mascots, and logos in court. The Board of Ed making that announcement at a meeting last night after saying the district will comply with the requirement to commit to retire their mascot and name by June 30th. More than a dozen local districts are impacted by the ban and have until the end of the next school year to make those changes. More than $25 million is coming to the island to pay for water improvement projects. The state is giving the money to several water districts in Nassau and Suffolk. Those funds will be used to improve the quality of our drinking water. Well, take a look at this. Is this what your new vehicle inspection sticker looks like? The DMV says the state's motor vehicle inspection stations are issuing on-demand stickers or QR code prints. They certify a past safety and emissions check. The license plate and VIN numbers, as well as mileage, are also listed. The new system is meant to combat fraud. Well, in less than 2 weeks, we will celebrate our nation's independence, and firework displays will be lighting up the night sky, of course, on July 4th, as well as a few days before and after. Concerts, fairs, and festivals will also be held all across the island. So to see a full list of dates, times, and locations for fireworks displays and other events, be sure to go to our website, newsday.com, and click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. The celebration of Pride Month continues this weekend. New York City's Pride March will step off Sunday at 11 a.m. at the corner of 25th Street and 5th Avenue in Manhattan. And a little closer to home, North Fork Pride begins at noon tomorrow in Greenport. The free celebration includes a parade followed by a festival. So let's take a look at your Long Island weather as you plan out your weekend. Tonight, highs in the upper 60s. That rain does continue to fall overnight into tomorrow. For Saturday, highs around 75 degrees. That rain, though, falling in the morning. The afternoon, though, should be mostly dry and cloudy.
Watch Newsday TV on the big screen. Use the remote to activate Siri, Alexa, Roku, or the Google Assistant on your streaming device. Say, install Newsday. Newsday TV, covering Long Island like no one else can.
A female officer is making history as she rises up the ranks in the Suffolk Police Department. Cecilia Dowd has the story you'll see only in Newsday.
I'm just very proud and humbled by the experience.
Tamika Mays is making history in the Suffolk County Police Department. She's the first Black woman to hold the title of Detective Sergeant.
I think that I've earned everything that I've gotten. I didn't get it because I was Black. I got to this position because I work hard, and I feel like hard work pays off.
Perhaps it's in her blood.
My father, he retired a year ago with 37 years as a Suffolk County detective. He's the reason why I did this. He's very excited. He's very excited. And then when I told him, he was just like, oh, like you surpassed me by far. But it was never a competition.
And the mom of 3 may have someone following in her footsteps.
I have a 7-year-old, and he's like, I'm going to be like you when I grow up. And I'm always like, you can, but you can be better as well.
Mays began her law enforcement career with the NYPD before coming to Suffolk.
I was part of the 9/11 class. I started in 2001.
She now works in the Special Victims section.
I just want to be the best detective sergeant I can be. I would just like to focus on my team and the work that they're doing right now.
Detective Sergeant Mays also keeps busy as president of the Suffolk County Police LGBTQ Society, an organization she helped create.
We help members in the department, civilian or sworn officers, with any issues they may have within the department. We try to help with recruitment onto the department, and we're just a face here so that everybody knows that they are represented within the police department.
A word of advice, Mays says don't let anything, including your own fear, deter you from what you'd like to do.
You put your mind to it, the sky's the limit. Like, if I'm here today, like tomorrow you can be here and far surpass me.
Cecilia Dowd for Newsday TV.
You can read more about Detective Sergeant Mays on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. The annual All-Star Game featuring the top baseball seniors in both counties now has a new name. It's an honor for a beloved coach who died from cancer. Carissa Kelman has the story you'll see only in Newsday.
This is the 16th Grand Slam Challenge All-Star Baseball Game, but this year is different because these players are swinging for someone special.
Not only is it cool coaching these kids, but it's really, really cool coaching an event named after my best friend, Brian.
Brian Bonin, the former Comac baseball coach, died of melanoma last January at just 33 years old. This year, the annual showcase game between the best Nassau and Suffolk seniors was renamed in his honor.
It's only been a year, but even after this time, people are still thinking about him. He's still relevant. He's meaningful to people.
2 Suffolk All-Stars recall being a part of Bonin's final season in 2017, where he battled his illness to lead Comac to a Long Island championship.
Brian's like, no, I'm going to push through because these guys have been pushing for me the whole season. I've been pushing for them, and we're going to go out together and win this thing.
I started my career with him, and I get to end him representing him. It feels awesome.
He was completely selfless. He cared about everybody else and made sure everyone else was well taken care of before himself. So he's just really that best kind of person you can know.
It was just awesome playing for such a great guy.
At Farmingdale State College, Carissa Kelman, Newsday TV.
And for more on the Brian Bonin Grand Slam Challenge, go to Newsday.com. Be sure to click the Get More you see below the Newsday TV video box.
Feed Me is brought to you by PC Richard & Son.
Well, seafood shacks are a big part of summer for many on the island. So where exactly should you go? Elisa DiStefano and Scott Vogel have today's Feed Me TV.
You can find some of the best seafood on Long Island at our local seafood shacks, including John Scott's in West Hampton Beach. Good, because I am hungry. Come on. This looks delicious. Our food writer, Scott Vogel, brought me to this beautiful place.
Now, when I first moved to Long Island, everyone told me if you want the authentic, real beachy summertime experience, you have to go to a shack. on the water. I was like, you know, but it's true though. You know, if you want the authentic beachy summertime, you know, sand in your shoes, Elisa, kick off your pumps, you know, type experience, you come to a place like this.
All right, so what did you order for us? Anybody have any napkins? What's the deal with the wings?
I don't know, except they look like buffalo wings. But here's what I know about the wings is that everybody orders them here. They're like a house specialty.
That was an impressive bite, wasn't it?
Not dainty like I expected
They're
from
good.
you.
I go for a Scott. I feel like you have to have a good lobster roll to be considered a good seafood spot, right? I want the whole lobster roll experience because I feel like the bread's a big part of it, right?
To me, the more meat, the better. That's all I ask for in this world. Do you know how many of these I've had since I moved here?
my
It's
goodness.
ridiculous.
Scott's like, I'll take the seafood shack assignment, please. So Long Island has no shortage of shacks.
Right,
right,
but
so-
that's a good thing. Body's Beach Shack in Blue Point. You go there for the party-colored Adirondack chairs, these adult swings at the bar. Like
So
no
a
children
different
allowed.
vibe there, a totally different vibe.
And then other than that, Gilgo Beach Inn. I mean, how many places can you get an egg sandwich on the beach anymore? They've got these wonderful photos on the wall. Just fabulous stuff like that. But yeah, this is just, you know, this is Long Island.
I took a little breather. I think I could go in for some more.
All right. What about
What's
those
next?
blackened shrimp tacos?
You picked very messy things. I am not the most elegant eater here. Okay.
I think these are good, right? I mean, it's beach food, right? I mean, you know, you're sitting here, you're watching the sunset. I mean, it's gorgeous.
There's one thing left on the table.
Are you a stuffed quahog girl?
I think this
I'm
might
glad
be
to
my
hear-
favorite thing.
I'm glad to hear
on
you
the
say that
table.
because it was on the bubble.
You know, if I go in for a second bite, that it's legit good. Here.
Right. And we're on the beach, you know? You don't have to be, you know, getting ice cream and, you know, it doesn't, or burgers or whatever. You can get like real food.
True taste of summer right here.
Looks so good. For more on seafood shacks, go to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Get more of the stories you've seen on Newsday TV at Newsday.com. Plus breaking news, investigations, things to do, restaurants, and other Long Island news you can't get anywhere else. At Newsday.com, covering Long Island like no one else can.
You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Macy Eglund. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll leave you with a look at your 7-day forecast. Have a great weekend.